It's like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Why? What? Where did that come from? That's the weirdest statement I've ever seen. And we're back. I should probably save. Just in case. February 24th. High Prosecutor's Office. 12:02. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is! It looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Shall we bother investigating at all? Nah, not really. Let's just talk to him. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. And that's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth. I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come down to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First, last year's trial, now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture, something seems strained about it. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this. Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes. Just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Oh, yeah. Chief Cantu asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. I think we need to present some stuff to him. You know, it wouldn't hurt if you put this up somewhere, like on a shelf. That has no meaning for me anymore. What do you mean, anymore? That's who I was last year, what good it is to dwell on the past. He's asking me? He's asking me? Arg, why can't we just accept it graciously? Actually, something's been troubling me about this shield. Look, do you notice anything different? Different? Yeah, don't you remember the other shield in the court record? I guess I'd better present this other shield. That would be a good idea. Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea? I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright! Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very stylish manner. Whose side are you on anyway? Very stylish manner today. Last time it was in a very polite manner. Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. You mean like this? Yo. This picture is hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding, it's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. Ah, I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind this design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. What about this jar fragment? No, it doesn't care? He doesn't want to talk about this stuff, does he? So, wait, what was this? So I did. Chief Gant gave this to you that day, didn't he? He asked you to bring it here from the police department? The chief is a very competent man. But sometimes he does things that don't make any sense. At least it's better than being incompetent and doing things that don't make sense. A certain detective comes to mind. Sorry, hold on. It seems everything in this case is designed to cast doubt on me. Hey, don't look at me. Yes, I went into the evidence room on the day of the crime. Chief Gant asked me to do something. To take evidence from a case solved 6 months ago back to the prosecutor's office. I have a locker in there as well. Did you notice anything amiss when you were in the evidence room? That room's always dark and I was in a hurry. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Right, please, I'm the prosecutor. Is he gonna talk now? King of Prosecutors Trophy, here we go. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard this story? Me? No. Sure. Yeah. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it though, for Emma's sake? Very well. This ought to be interesting. Long ago, in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus, the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion. Even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Gant. King of Prosecutors Trophy updated in the court record. 2 years ago, the halberd was removed at Gant's behest, giving it its current form. Do you have anything else to present to him? You know, it wouldn't hurt if you put this up somewhere, like on a shelf. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Started making a name for himself. I'm not sure if we have anything else to talk to him about, so let's try moving around. Yeah, here we go. Prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. Excuse me? Oh yeah, it's her. Excuse me, would either of you care for a £1/4 pound of roast beef? Miss Starr, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Why? What? Where did that come from? That's the weirdest statement I've ever seen. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. That's very sus. Very sus. Why is that happening? Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't be all attributed to mere coincidence. Oh wait, that's me talking. This can't be all attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Starr's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister? The best of the best were put on the SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant? After the case closed. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dog got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. What? After that case, all of us, save Goodman, were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gunt's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude. There must have been a reason for her to change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Star. You listen to me, Rookie. It takes more than just a few ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Legendary duo? Damon Gant and Lana Skye. The legendary duo. Gant led the investigation, with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism, in particular, was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that, I mean his ability to attract evidence. He'd produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence, you mean? Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. Then when Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever have recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Star. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Maybe we can present some stuff to her? I don't have anything to tell you. Miss Star. Only thing I can give you now is a poppy seed rice set. Talk about cheap. Eat this, and maybe you'll be able to tell black from white in court tomorrow. I'm gonna present everything I can until we get something good. She has nothing to say. It is very suspicious that all the people involved in this case, in this current case, were involved in SL9 2 years ago. Very sus indeed, isn't it? Nothing? Nothing to say. Didn't mean to do that. I'm skipping a couple things. Doesn't have anything else to tell us. Goodman's note. Is she gonna tell us anything else? Because I kind of don't think so. You didn't see anyone arrive at 5:12? I feel like the earlier the investigation started, the less relevant the early evidence that we got. Like, we didn't use the... We're not gonna use this early evidence until way later, apparently. Yeah, I didn't have anything else to do with her, so we're just gonna move on. Criminal Affairs Department. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey, not a disc jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. Huh? I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. I'd be up to my neck in the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. They have to take a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Shall we present something? Did we learn anything new? There we go. Maybe we have to present the shield after we updated it? Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors award that Edgeworth got the other day. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal! I got an award for diligence myself. Say, this design's based on an old Chinese parable, right? Yeah, everyone knows that. There was this, dragon. Yeah, that's it. A dragon. He had a thing for shield, see? That's not exactly the version we heard. No, but this one sounds more exciting. Anyway, it gets kind of gory after that. I'll spare you the details. Okay, here we go. About that jar. I think I've seen it somewhere before. Somewhere? Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. Maybe we did read this. Where could I have seen it before? I don't think we have the right evidence yet, do we? What is this? What is this piece of paper right here? I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of a letter of recommendation? If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Oh. Wait, is he writing a letter of resignation? I'm glad I looked around in here. I was like, wait, what's that crumpled paper? Letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. No one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. Edgeworth discarded the letter of resignation. He's serious. And he's just gonna let us take it? Well, I can't read shit. It looks like it says mill. Can anybody read this? Due to recent events, I hereby announce my resignation as public prosecutor. He really wrote a resignation letter. Wow! Even when resigning, Mr. Edgeworth is cool and concise. Still, it wasn't his fault. Someone has to be held responsible. That's how it is in the grown-up world. Yeah, but that responsibility means nothing if he just quits. Well, not everyone sees it that way. To truly take responsibility, you should have to work for the rest of your life for no pay. That's one tough grown-up world out there. Interesting. And now he's gone again. Oh no, he's still there. What if we move now? Anything different? Nothing? Maybe we can present this. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No, no way. Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they've pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective! That's it. I've made up my mind. But... Here, take my ID card. We can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective. Thank you. Gumshoe's ID tucked swiftly in the pocket. A police department ID card allows access to areas of the police department open to detectives. Sweet. Can I take a look at it? So it has look, he has a tiny head. You know what it looks like? He looks like those Goombas from the '93 Mario movie. He's got such a tiny head. Detective Gumshoe isn't very photogenic, is he? Whatever you do, just don't say that to his face. Look, his eyes are half shut. Yeah, his mouth is half open. Hey, each of his shirt buttons is off a notch. And he's got the narrow end of his tie in front. I think this goes beyond being a photogenic issue. We are so mean to him. We don't know his ID number either, do we? Alright, I think we can go to the chief's office now. Let's freaking go. Chief's office. Here we go. Here goes, Mr. Wright. He's not still in here, is he? We're in! If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Gah! Did she slap him? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point of giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Wait, what? Hey, don't do that to my card. That was unnecessary. Why did you do that? I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want us to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now, come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. Cool. We'll have to do a lot of examining, though. What is this safe, for example? This is a safe, isn't it? Safe? That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. Looks like a code needs to be entered on this panel to open it. Oh. A 7-digit number. I think I just might know what it is. No. Is it really? Is it really gonna be this? Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date. It's... I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. What? That's so stupid. That's the stupidest combination I've ever heard. That's the kind of thing an idiot would have on his luggage. Oh my god, what? Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal?
Raspberry. There's only one man who would dare give me the raspberry. Lone Star!
Whose birthday was that, pal? 7777, the final ID card number on that record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 77777? That ID number? I think you're 17 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Perhaps. Let's see what else there is, though. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. Is that the list of evidence from 2 years ago? I wonder what he was reading. This looks like it. A list of evidence. A list of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Hey, look! Look at the case name. Huh? SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective? What did you just say? I said I wonder what... No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-sized list of evidence. The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here? Oh, wait. Those are two halves of the same list? Is that what it is? How much you want to bet that this is a list of evidence that leads to Gant being the murderer? That would be fun. Are we ready for that? I'm ready for Gant to be the murderer. He's still very sus. What would the other half of the list be doing here? I knew it! The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. Evidence list. Was ripped in half, so this part is all I've got. Should we take a look at it? Apparently not. It's not going to be very readable. Oh. Huh. I wonder what that is. Looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. What is it? Did you find something? I can't make it out. I better keep quiet about it for now. Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Why are your eyes moving about like that, Mr. Wright? I better not forget this picture. Yeah, there's something very wrong with that. What the fuck, dude? Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Mr. Edgeworth had the other half of that list. What would this list be doing here? We better look a little more into it. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons? Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor? Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. Please pay your taxes. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh. Be careful of what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. He's pretty scary, not gonna lie. The chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally, we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building. When a detective screws up, the chief calls them to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours. This is straight out of Zelda. When you're climbing the tower, Ganon's tower, to get up to Ganondorf, you hear the organ playing. Jesus, there's so much parallel. How is this not Ganondorf? He looks like Ganondorf. He plays the organ like Ganondorf. The chief's organ is a sight to behold. There we go. Now my phone won't die. Makes him listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. He's terrible. He doesn't know how to play. All I hear is hot cross buns all day long. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears. So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. But aren't the chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyway. That's beside the point. Is that why he takes such a long pause to respond? Is because he's like trying to intake more noises into his ears and then process it in his brain? That's beside the point. Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash through and jump outside. No, not really. This is the 15th floor. I know, I was just saying. Do you fantasize about jumping out a window and jumping to your death, sir? There's a number you can call if you have those thoughts. Just letting you know, okay? Saying what? Ever since making detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that! That's pretty messed up. These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over from the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park. So this is the room where Officer Marshall, or Detective Marshall, was killed. This is the same room. This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No! Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of. Does he keep it in memory of her, or in memory of the crime? This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here, then went along with Chief Gunn to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead in just a few hours later. Gee, you think? Not seeing much of anything else in here, though. I guess the only thing left to do is, look inside the safe. So let's go. Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's, Yep, I knew it. Very suspicious, isn't it? A shard from a broken cup? This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else here, too! What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. I wonder if we can dust it for prints. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt just like that. You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? This is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it, and a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't let you just take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great. I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective. Absolutely we can. First piece of evidence. I'd like to have a look at this. Hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, detective. Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. Oh, haha! Yes, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where is your sense of humor? Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then, once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away. What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. I give it my best shot. That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. Sounds good. What's the clearest print? Probably this one, actually. The middle finger. Everyone likes a good middle finger, don't they? We're spitting that all over the place, aren't we? Looks pretty good. Still got more? Let's match it up. So that's not Gant. Not that either. Not that either. This one. Emma! Wait, what? Emma? Emma? Why is your fingerprint on this? What did you do? No. How can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst. Hey you, over here. What's going on here? What are those kids' prints doing on the inside of the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Found in Chief Gant's safe. Evidence for something, but what? Bears Emma Sky's prints. Something I want to do before I forget, and this might be important, is that I want to spray the luminol testing fluid. I want to spray this everywhere. We might find something important. Because this is just testing for blood, right? I don't think there'd still be blood after 2 years, right? Oh, nope, there is still blood. Whoa! This area must have been covered in blood. Is this from that incident? It must be, when Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. 2 years have passed, so the reaction's kind of dull. The murder really did take place here. Crazy. I knew it was a good idea to try that. Is that it, though? No other blood? Something very sus is going on. It's just an empty piece of floor. This mark kind of looks like some kind of flower. Word is, it's designed after the insignia on the prosecutor's badge. Prosecutor's badge? Yeah, like the one hanging from your collar. What? They have badges too? The design's supposed to portray the severity of the punishment system. Now that you mention it, it does look all pointy and kind of painful. But Mr. Edgeworth never wears a badge. That's because he's a sharp dresser. A badge like that wouldn't go too well with his outfit. So sharp dressers don't need to wear badges? I guess everyone just kind of lets it slide. I don't see how that's supposed to signify severe punishment. I wonder if that was supposed to be necessary. So my badge has like the symbol thingy on it. That definitely clears it up, my goodness. It looks like a set of scales on my badge. Two 6-3-8-1. Gonna land your badge, anyone? No. But we already read this, didn't we? So we know what the defense attorney badge looks like. Apparently this flower design is the prosecutor badge. And then I've noticed that Officer Marshall, the cowboy, has his own badge, which matches the police department badge. So what does Detective Gumshoe have then? Does he not have one? Well, we have one more thing to present to him, don't we? This pot. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar? I remember when there were 3 of us put back together. Oh, those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? You mean this one that was in the safe? Yes, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at it. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I could piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. That doesn't quite fit. But this one does. So what is that blood splatter? There! It fits like a charm. That of course means... Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But... Hey guys, get a load of this. What is it? This piece you just attached. It's different from the others. There's a reddish line on it. I wonder if that's like a Japanese kanji symbol or something. A reddish line. That's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? Unstable jar, update in core record. Final fragment found in Chief Gant's safe. Blood traces. Well, we have a few more things to talk about. I get the feeling that as soon as we finish talking to everything... Let's see. Can we move out of here? I guess we could, but maybe we want to talk to him a little more. That desk on the other side of the room. Was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that date 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at that time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant, and the cleaning lady who's here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think? Nah. You wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay. And then let's look around for a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. Yeah, that seemed kind of sus, didn't it? Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Oh, he's absolutely a suspect. I've been sussing him for a long time. Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings. Yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Well, was I of any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Uh-oh, that's Gant, isn't it? Now that's not very kind, is it? I'm pretty sure that's Gant, isn't it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Eek! Chief Gant. We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and I saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. Oh, he's fired. He's definitely fired. You won't be needing it anymore. But sir... Now get out. Yes, sir. We'll be on our way too then. Wait. You, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go just yet. Uh-oh. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright! The safe is open! You left the safe open! Why would you do that? Look, pal, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care more if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about all this? About it all this time? Anyway, you listening to me, pal? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. Uh-oh. This isn't good. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions. So she'll be busy for the rest of the day. Uh-oh. This can't be good. She's a suspect now. Why were her prints on that piece of paper? We didn't tell her that we found her prints on the paper, did we? February 24th, Detention Center Visitors Room. So maybe she really was... She admitted to the crime to protect her sister. Maybe. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Please talk to me. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask is this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposed to be so frightened of? What is this person's name? Damon Gant. Well, Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was... me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. Here we go! Is this your first Ace Attorney game? It is, actually, my very first one. And we are about to finish case number 5 of the very first game. Found in Chief Gant's safe. I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame from him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. Oh.
And there was much rejoicing.
Interesting. I do see that, actually. Also, thank you for the follow. Hello. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. So he was already dead. How'd the body get held up, though? Was the body already dead? That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand? Yes. It seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then... That does seem a little sus, doesn't it? She saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? This is getting good. It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that. by whatever means possible. So you hid Dark's knife? The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it? In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe? Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone in the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma was so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. I almost said Jork. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least
And there was
I
much
thought I could
rejoicing.
trust him at the time. Thank you for another follow. Hello.
Hi!
Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean... Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. Is it Giuma? Hello!
Hello there.
Hello. Am I saying your name right? I'm not sure. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room? I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial, there's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. Giuma? Did I say it right? Mispronouncing and musing. Well, there we go. To be continued. We're doing good. We're doing quite excellent, actually. Excellent job. Excellent job. We are having an excellent job. Trial ladder. Well, we'll have to do this, the rest of this, and finish up the trial another time, because I'm tired and my throat hurts, and I need to rest my voice before I do any more of this. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm glad that you're enjoying this enough. Thank you so much for watching so far. We'll finish this up next time. See you later.